Well, the butter pecan cake I made the other day was quite good. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make another one, and this one is chocolate fudge. Now, I've got, this one's a little different. This one takes a little bit more water. I've got 5/8 of a cup of water instead of a half. And standard 1/4 cup of oil. And 2 eggs. Whoop, got a piece of shell in there. Got that right out, no problem. Cool beans. And the mix. This is a half a box. This makes 2 8-inch cakes. I'm going to make 1 cake, so I'm going to use half the mix. Now this mix weighs almost exactly a pound, so if you weigh it on a set of scales and weigh out 8 ounces of the mix, you'll be right on for 1/2. I'll get a spoon and meet you out in the factory. Okay, I got my K-cab all set up. We'll light the fuse on that. Put simmering on. Pot stand on. My oven. And oven's ready. Now all I got to do is oil this pan and coat this 12 centimeter Imusa pot with a good liberal amount of olive oil. And put the cake in here. Now, I think that's ready to go in the oven. So, put my, that's a 1, 2, 3, that's a 6 loop pot stand I'm going to use. I think a 5 would work just as well, but that's a 6. Get her right in the middle. Turn on my stopwatch. And this is going to take 35-40 minutes. So, I'll turn the camera back on in 35 or 40 minutes and we'll run a rod down through it. And if it doesn't stick, we'll take her out of the oven. On another note, the sun is around the corner. There we go. And all the solar toys are lit up and running. Cool beans. Now I think we've got enough wind, or did have enough wind. Yeah, the windmill is going. Charging battery. I've got a 12-volt battery on it I'm charging up. Cool. It's nice and warm in here. It's probably, I don't know, 60 degrees. Maybe 70. Yeah, 60 degrees in here. So I'll turn the camera back on in 35 or 40 minutes and we'll see what we've got. Now I've done a fair amount of cooking with this K-cab. Everything from fried eggs to baking a cake and everything in between. And I found out that the more I use it, the easier it is to use because you kind of get used to it and get a feel for it, and practice makes perfect. So if you have one and sometime you want to bake a cake or something and your wife's not real crazy about the idea, just explain to her that it's not really about baking the cake, it's just keeping in practice in case we do have a long, drawn-out power outage and that's your only source of heat. She might buy that. Bottom line is, this is just a really, really fun stove to cook on. I enjoy it. I cook on it every chance I get. It's really fun, and it's got enough heat to it so you can do about anything you want to. There's no compromise. It's plenty hot enough to do anything you'd ever want to do. Now this cake I'm cooking in this, I had some people that had not seen this before watch a video where I was baking a cake, and they were interested in it, but they seemed to think that they were going to do it out backpacking. This setup obviously is way too big for backpacking, and the cake that it produces is way too big for one person. If you're going to backpack, what I use is a cut down 10 centimeter pot inside of a 12 centimeter pot, which I'm baking in right now, and with a lid. Take the handle off the 10 centimeter, cut an inch off the top, put a lid on the whole thing, and use like an M2SB, maybe even take the donut wick off. And that will produce about a fourth the size cake of this, just right for one person, and quite easily out on the trail. Very practical, because the 12 centimeter pot that you're baking in can also be your main pot that you use to cook your regular meals in. So you're not carrying anything extra to bake other than a cut off 10 centimeter, which comes in handy for a lot of things. You can use it to drink out of, or measure things, or just hold things. It's pretty handy, and it fits right inside of the 10 centimeter, and the pot stand fits inside of the 12 centimeter, and your pot stand will fit inside of the 10 centimeter, and the lid will go on the whole thing with your stove. So really doesn't take up any space and doesn't use any amount, add any extra amount of weight to speak of. And if you're the type of person who wants to bake out on the trail, I'd recommend that's the way to go. This is a home setup for when the power goes out, and this cake cab is not anything you'd want to carry on the trail. It's heavy and it uses a lot of alcohol. I'm going to probably use 2 ounces of alcohol to bake this cake, whereas if I was using the backpacking version of it with a 10 and 12 centimeter, I'd probably bake a cake on 3/4 of an ounce. Pretty frugal, works pretty well. Well, I'll turn the camera back on when it's only been 13 minutes. I'll turn it back on about another 25 minutes. Okay, it says in the directions that this should take from 30 to 35 minutes in a conventional oven. It's coming right up. It's 29 minutes and 20 seconds right now. So let's move the camera in and use the probe and see where we are, because it smells really good. And it looks really good. That's not quite done, but it's real close. So I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes, and then I'm going to turn the heat off and let it cool down. And I think that in the process of it cooling down, it'll cook a little bit more and finish out. So I'm going to let it cook for 32 minutes, and then I'm going to blow the flame out and let it set till it's good and cool, and then we'll see if we can get it out of the pot without messing it up. Been having pretty good luck doing that. So I'll turn the camera back on probably 20 minutes after it's cooled down in good shape. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so let's see if we can get this out of here. There we go. Cool beans. Looks like a big bullet, doesn't it? Well, let's cut into it and see what we've got. Let me lower the camera here. And we'll cut it and see what we've got. There we go, I think. There we go. Yeah. And, yeah, it's done all the way through. Cool beans. That's going to be good. I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today and try to have a really great day. Bye-bye. Wow, that's a good one.